You know, they say you can't have a clean house until you have a clean cleaning closet. Well, I don't know who says that, but I'm saying that. This one is disorganized, cluttered, messy. There is just things on top of things on top of things, and it desperately needs a deep clean. So we're going to get in there. We're going to pull out everything. Look at those rags. They are taking over the whole corner there. Oh, and random infomercial commercial purchases that, you know, you regret later, but there they are, just hanging out in there. Help me. Here is my plan of attack. So I have kind of a general idea of where I plan to put things, the general process, and what I need before I start. I needed to write this all out because if I didn't, I would probably lose track or lose motivation and then just everything would fall apart. If you are new here, welcome in. My name is Jerry. I live in Southern Alberta with my husband DJ and our 4 kids. We also have a cat and a rabbit, neither of which are featured in this video, sorry. And yeah, I've got this cleaning closet. Sometimes it is so fun to watch things in double speed because you move so fast. It's like, look how efficient I am. Also, this bag has been living in our closet for months, if not years. And it just had like an old sheet in it, some towels, some washcloths. I don't even know where it came from or why it's in there. Maybe they're meant to be rags too, or donations. Or maybe they just came out of the trailer and they just ended up in the closet. I'm not really sure. All right, look at these rags. They are seriously taking over the closet. There are so many of them. This is like old socks and just a ton of things. I like to use rags to clean the toilets, like wipe it down with a rag that I can throw away later. Or we also have some pets, so it's nice to have a rag on hand if you had to ever like clean a pet off or dry a pet off or whatever. It's kind of nice for that sort of thing. So let's talk about this closet for just a minute, because you may notice that the floor of this closet has like a step up into it. So I designed our house, and when I designed our house, I thought that the stairs would need more headroom than they did. And so when we were like building, we were like, hey, we actually have some usable space here if we just kind of lift the floor up a little bit. And so that's what we did. My husband just built in a little floor on top of the floor, and so then that way we could have this closet here. We could have went deeper, but we didn't. We chose not to. I am just chaotically grabbing things and pulling them out. I kind of try to put them in some kind of order, but I get to ordering it up. I get to organizing it here in just a moment, but I just wanted to get the floor cleaned out so that I could at least have a space to sand and get everything all tidied up. Here there was powdered Tide on the floor. I love using powdered Tide for cleaning. I got this from the cleaning company Go Clean Co. They're out of Calgary. Sarah, the one that owns it, she uses powdered Tide for like everything. And yeah, I can see why. It works super great. Like I use it on my wood floors, you guys. No problems there. It maybe doesn't protect it from sun damage, but that's pretty low on my priority list. Alright, we are 15% done. That's what I felt like cleaning the floor out was equivalent to 15%. So here's everything that came out of that closet, off the floor anyways. Still have the 2 shelves to go through. Some of it I was like, I don't even know what this is. Look at that. Nice clean floor. Well, it's not clean yet, but it is clear. And then we got the shelves to do in a little bit. So I'm going to start by organizing the things that were on the floor into categories. So I've got like window cleaners, bathroom cleaners. I'm going to sort out anything that belongs in the garage. And I had some things that belonged in the laundry. And I really just wanted to identify like what were products that I use all the time and what were products that I only use occasionally, because obviously the ones that I only use occasionally I'm going to put towards the back, and the ones that I use more often I want to keep closer to the front. Oh gosh, and that bag, it has these lamps in it that are supposed to be like bug zapper things slash lamp. I mean, they're a nice little flashlight, but I don't even know if the bug zapper works. But I fell for that. It was on Instagram and I was like, oh, that looks great. Yeah, I don't know if it really is. All right, I wanted to get the floor all vacuumed off because everything in there was very dusty. Like, it had been a long time since I've cleaned out this closet. And so I just really needed to get in there with the vacuum cleaner. Like I said, there was powdered Tide on there, so I was just getting the last of that and just trying to make sure it was all clean before I washed anything. You can't see, but I am holding a laundry basket, so I'm not just throwing these things on the ground. So using a laundry basket was very helpful because then I could stuff a bunch of stuff in there and get most of the shelves clean before coming back and getting the next load kind of thing. So that was very helpful. I would definitely recommend using laundry baskets to your advantage when needed. There is just like so much stuff. It just never ends. I've got some emergency preparedness. This is like candles and things, like lighters to go with the candles. But there is so many cleaners in here and I do not use them all. Partially because I didn't know they were even in here and or could not find when I needed them. And so, I just grabbed the thing that's in the front. So this is going to be so helpful getting this all cleaned up and then I can see what I have so I don't rebuy something or so I can just actually use it up. I feel like I have a cleaner for everything, but when I go to clean things, sometimes, you just don't have what you need. So you have to go out and get another thing. And so then it all accumulates over the years because you don't always use a lot of that substance. And then there's just a lot of it left over. So yeah, like these floor cleaners, I've had these in here for years. I need to get rid of them. I can't remember if they're in the discard pile or not. We'll find out at the end. But yeah, I don't need the floor cleaners because I just use powdered Tide. I need it clean, I need it simple, and that works. And my kids can do it and not mess it up, and so it's easy. If you want to try mopping your floors with powdered Tide, you take a teaspoon of powdered Tide per bucket full of hot water. So just fill up your mop bucket like you normally would, put in a teaspoon of powdered Tide, and it should be good. I mean, obviously, maybe do a little spot test, especially if your floors are like an engineered, like varnish vinyl. Guys, I cannot speak tonight. I apologize. Anyways, here I am, sorting out the last of the closet things. There's those floor cleaners, and I was like, where do I even put those? Back here. So I'm trying to keep it in somewhat of a organized chaos. Things to go in the kitchen. I'm excited about that. I can put the things in the kitchen under the kitchen sink. I had a brain revelation while I was doing this. I was like, hey, those can go there. And that mop thing, I don't even have that mop anymore, that mop head. So just put it on that bag. Gotta get rid of it. Yay, look, we're at 30%. These are all just, totals that I'm giving them. But look at all the things. There are so many things that were in that closet. Also notice the 3 boxes of borax back there because I didn't know I had 2 already. This is what happens when you don't know. You just end up buying multiples and then you're like, where did they go? They're hiding in the cleaning closet. Now we are going to wash the shelves off. I thought this would be prudent to just get the shelves washed before we put more stuff back on. Some proof here that they are in fact dirty. Actually, some of it was stained, so I couldn't even clean it, but that's okay. As I was filming this, it was reminding me of when I did the pantry, which I did the pantry back in February. It was a fun activity that took 2 days to do. It was very long. Our pantry's quite big. And so, yeah, if you want to watch that video, I'll just put the link up here and just have a little click. It's wonderful fun where I feel exhausted, but I get it done. And then sometimes once I start washing, I can't stop washing, and I need to wash all the things. So I was like, well, I might as well quickly wash the walls off as well, and this little ledge thing, and anyways, everything got a little bath. Oh, look, I found another box of borax. That makes 4. I was like, I don't need to buy borax for years now. I don't even use it that often, but we had these giant ants in our compost, and so I was using them to get rid of the ants, and it did work. Now, I can't use that compost for anything proper because it won't grow anything, but I got rid of the ants. This box had some of my pet supplies in it. We had a dog, but she's been gone for years now. So we still had some of her things that we were keeping. There's like this paste stuff for the cats it was old as well, and I was like, I just need to get rid of that. I don't dare use it on my cat. But I didn't get rid of the dog stuff. Now, in my defense, we do watch my sister's dog sometimes, and so sometimes we need like little dog things. Probably not this much, but you know what? We've got it on hand in case we need it. It fits in this box, and like I say, as long as you put a boundary around it, you can keep things. You just, keep a manageable amount, not a crazy and wild amount. And I'm showing you that I'm throwing the cat paste away. It was like hairball paste or whatever it is. I don't generally need it. My cat doesn't have a problem with that. I don't know what it was, but the one year we had 2 cats, and the one year the other cat, she seemed to have a lot of hairballs. I don't know if it was the food we were feeding her or what, but there was just, I'm not going to talk about it, but it was, it was everywhere. And so she needed the paste, and I don't even know if it really helped. But yeah, so we've had it since then, and it needed to go away. That cat actually passed away years ago now. So there's just things, you've just been hanging on to, just need to let it go. So I'm gathering up all the light bulbs because I know that I'm going to put them on the top shelf. And so just gathering up all the little light bulbs. I wanted to check to see what was actually in these boxes, how many light bulbs were there, or were they old light bulbs or new light bulbs? Do you guys ever do that? If you buy light bulbs and you're replacing the ones that are in the ceiling, and you take out the old one and you just put it in the box, like I tend to do that. And then that way I know that that's like an old bulb. I don't know. It's a bad idea because then I get confused. Is this old or is this new? Most of the time you can tell, right? Like it's like darker, dirtier looking. But I should really just throw it away after I take it out. Right now I'm putting some of the things that I know for sure that we don't use over on that little white bench. That is going to be my discard pile. And at the time of filming this is October 30th. I'm like, oh shoot, I have a giant pile of discard things on that bench still, and we're going to have trick-or-treaters coming in that door. So I got to go clean that up when I get home. Here I am just talking to myself. I'm like, should I put that there or over there? You guys can't even see what I'm trying to do, but I think it was the light bulbs. I put them on one side of the shelf, and then I was like, no, I think I'm going to put them on the other side, so I moved them over. Now this is all the candle stuff, so I wanted to show you guys what was in here. So there's like a barbecue lighter, there was some emergency fire starters, candles, more candles, something that I think was soap. I'm not sure. There were some lighters, but I could not get them to work. And then I was like, surely I can get this to work. nope, couldn't do it. This other one I got to work, but then it like spit soot on me. Don't know how long it had been in there for. Another one that I could not get to work. So, a bunch of stuff in here that just wasn't even working. So I'm glad I checked because, again, it'd been in there for years. And yeah, and then once I got it all emptied out, I put things back in that I was going to keep. Those little tea lights we like for like Halloween. Got the longer candles. And what I need to put in there is like a little box of matches too, just in case we need those in case of an emergency. But yeah, here I am putting them up on the shelf. There we go. I also wanted to show you guys, I put labels on these containers so that way my short little body doesn't have to get up on a chair to like look inside the box to see what's there. It's just easier to keep track. And I should probably find a way to contain those smaller light bulbs a little bit better, like an actual closed container. Right now they're just balancing precariously at the top. Then these ones are car cleaners. I wanted to get them all into a box, so I found a little box in the pantry that was empty, and it was perfect for these kind of things. Okay, I'm regretting this stuff a little bit because this is like shoe cleaner, leather cleaner, protector, those sorts of products. And we don't use them very much. So here I am putting them on this little white shelf because I'm like, I'm just going to get rid of all these. But I gotta be honest with you guys, I only get rid of a couple of them and I keep most of them because I was like, oh gosh, I should really use them because it protects my shoes. I don't know if I ever will, but I had to be honest. Really, it's not my shoes. It's like my husband's Red Wing leather boots. Like, I should be making him put it on them every month or so to help protect them and make them last longer. So this first green basket is for the kitchen. That's got this down power wash that I have never even opened. Some things for bathrooms. Air fresheners. And then I needed to fill up my Windex. One of my favorite things is to have a nice, clean windows. And so I like window cleaner, like Windex. I appreciate that it cleans my windows for me. And so that is why I have a giant jug of it. But you'll notice I do not fill the bottle up all the way because quite often kids are the ones using the Windex. And it is like getting all over, but where it needs to go. And so I like to fill it just half full. And then that way it's more manageable and the bottle's not as heavy then. Everything on this little white bench is for donation or to discard. This is what I have left after filling up the shelves. So I still have to go through a few things and decide what I'm keeping and if there's anything I'm going to go through or get rid of anymore. Okay, so here's the closet, looking so much better. I just have to put a few more things on that bottom shelf. All the labels are on. It's looking really good. I just decided that I was going to hand mop this little spot because it's so small. I do not need to get a big mop out. And I was right here anyways with some warm water. So just wiping that all down. At this point, I was feeling a little tired. It'd been a long day and I was already a few hours into this project. And, you know, I do this to myself all the time. I work full-time hours, or mostly full-time hours. It's like about 30 hours a week. And I have 4 kids, and we've got a house, and I volunteer at church. And so I don't have a lot of free time. And so my free time is spent with this kind of project where I need to clean things. And so I need to actually just take a full day to clean a big area. And it has been so fruitful over the last couple weeks doing this on camera and just sharing with you guys my process and the things that I'm getting done, because I'm finding that these areas that I've cleaned are now easier to keep clean. So let that be a lesson to you. Just maybe take a little extra time on one day and just try and tackle a little bit more than you normally would. And it's a little exhausting, but after you're done, it is easier to keep clean. So this green machine and that bottle were so dusty, they had to be washed off. Like, there was no choice. So I was just getting at it, just getting it cleaned. It just sits there for so long. I don't usually use this steamer. It's actually my sister-in-law's, but she let me borrow it for a little while. And then she was like, you might as well just keep it at your house. You got littler kids. So I was like, all right, well, that's fine. That way I don't have to buy one if I ever need one. But here it is, just taking up space. So look at me go. We are going to be putting stuff back into the closet. So my goal is just to get all the things that I am using on a regular basis or more often to be closer to the front, and then the less used items in the back. Now, I would like my husband to add a third shelf so I can add these bigger jugs to that shelf, and then they can get them up off the floor. We already have a board for the shelf, so we just need to take a little bit of time, maybe on the weekend sometime, and just make the shelf. And now I'm tackling the rag situation. Like I said, I have some old socks in here, just old tea towels that are ripping. There's a pillowcase there that had a torn in it. My kids are parading through the hallway. I was kind of like, guys, go watch a movie. But no, they didn't want to. They wanted to hang out. So, all right. You can see I am getting a little frustrated with them, but they are good. They're good kids, really. I just need a little more patience sometimes. But at this stage in the project, I am just frustrated. I just want it to be done and over with. I can't just leave it where it is because I'm in the middle of the hallway. And so I was just kind of like, I just want to finish. Just give me like another hour. I can get this done. So they were trying, but yeah, my daughter's turning the light on and off. How do you guys find cleaning with kids? Like, do you find it frustrating? Is it easy? I should have given them a job is what I should have done. I should have been like, here, you guys fold these things or something. Sometimes they will willingly help me out. My son was trying to play on the Switch, so he was trying to get me to help him get it to work. But yeah, they're not always as capable as my older kids though. So it becomes this battle of like, do I let them share in doing the work and then have to kind of redo it? I really just wanted to get through everything, and that wasn't really something they could help me with. So yeah. Anyways, I should have given them something to do. They could have washed the walls with rags or something. But yeah, anyways, my older son was home and he was able to take them to a hockey game. And so he did get them out of the house so I could finally finish this project in peace. I got all of the rags to fit inside that box and that gift bag, grocery bag thing. So that was really nice to be able to get that all accomplished. And then I was going to put these vacuum pieces into this box. So some of them are for the Dyson that I've never used. I was like, what is this even for? I put it in the box because I was like, I don't really know. And it doesn't take up that much space. And like I said, I'm just putting a boundary around it when I get rid of the vacuum, which it is old and dying. Then I can get rid of those things, or maybe even before, like the next time I go through this closet. Here is my donation pile, all the little things I've got in here. So I've got old broom heads, light bulbs that were bought on accident because we thought they were for things. I did have that floor cleaner that I was talking about earlier. These like mop sweeper kind of head things. And then in this black bag is the sheets and the towels like I was talking about before. So I'm going to get rid of those. Here is the before of the floor and after. Doesn't it look amazing? The before of the shelves and after. So beautiful. I'm so excited. This is the after video of all the little things in their perfect little places. Thank you guys so much for helping me clean this closet out. It was desperately needed. It took me hours, as do most of my cleaning projects. You guys may have noticed. These aren't just regular cleaning things, they are deep cleaning. And I'm so happy to have you guys pushing me along. I know that when I'm filming things, it just helps me get stuff done. And so thank you so much for following along and for watching. Here is my closet. This is my closet. And yeah, it's a little horrendous. It is a big project that I need to do eventually. I'm not sure when I'm going to get around to it, but one of these days it will need to be gutted and cleaned out. That's my side. This is my husband's side. We just have these open shelves, clothes everywhere that do not fit us, and we just need to, bite the bullet and get rid of things.